What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Frank Presents the Play Call. Divisional rounds are done. They are done. Here comes the conference championships tomorrow. I'm joined with Bree and June. Bree, how you doing? You looking great this morning.
I have lashes on this morning. I just want
Ooh-wee.
to feel alive. I'm breaking out on my forehead. I have a rash underneath my eyelids. Toby scratched me on my neck right here. Like, I just needed to look a little presentable for something. I'm doing good. Just recorded the Brew Network episode 4, dropping today with June. Oh, snap.
Yes. That's what's up. That's what's up. June, how you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I thought I was gonna wake up and I thought the 40s were gonna hit me because I had went out last night. But I woke up and I don't know if it's because when you turn 40, you don't wake up with a hangover anymore. So I don't know, Frank. You could attest to this. I'm gonna ask you that. I'm gonna pass over that topic in a second. But yeah, I feel good, bro.
I don't know about not waking up with a hangover, but I tell you what, sometimes it does hurt a little bit time. Sometimes it takes a little longer to recuperate than it does for other things, So, but
Got
I,
you.
I haven't had a drink in like 4 or 5 days. So, actually, I think longer. Yeah, about 5 or 6, I think. So, and I really don't have no intentions on having a drink. So, um, I don't
Oh,
know.
you can't.
No, no, no. It's not because I can't. I'm not on any antibiotics. I just made a conscious decision. I think I want to say Monday, man. Like Monday morning, I woke up and I went into the kitchen and I poured out whatever I had left in my bottle in the sink and said I wasn't going to drink. I was going to take a little break, maybe a week or two, give the
That's
body
good.
time to recuperate. Then I had the little surgery on Wednesday, so that kind of gave me some more time. But yeah, I just wanted to feel different when I woke up in the morning. Wanted to, wake up naturally and feel. I wanted to see how I felt without it. Plus, I got to make some decisions and changes in my life here soon. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna start with that. Cut that back a little bit more than what I was doing before. Anyway, Nikki was on earlier. I don't know if she's getting back on or not, but let's go ahead and start. Bree, what's the first thing we going to talk about?
So the first thing we're going to talk about is we're going to recap the divisional rounds. So on Saturday, January 20th, the Ravens defeated the Texans 34-10, and the 49ers defeated the Packers 24-21. And on Sunday, January 21st, also June's birthday, happy belated birthday, June. The Lions defeated the Bucks 31-23, and the Chiefs defeated the Bills 27-24.
Um,
Do you want to talk
yeah,
about the Ravens and Texans game first?
yeah, whichever you want, lead it. Whatever you want, throw our way. We'll go that way.
Okay. So first, just a little side note. Me and Frank were troopers last weekend. We watched all 4 games on Zoom.
We did.
On Saturday, it was just me and Frank the whole time on Zoom. June June was out in Orlando celebrating his big 40th birthday. So we understood why he his birthday. My birthday is a big thing for me as well. So and then Sunday, me and Frank and June and Nikki watched the uh, the 2 games together. So we're gonna start with the Texans and the Ravens game. So what is your takes on that game, Frank?
I when we was watching that, I felt the Ravens started kind of slow.
And the
Uh,
Texans started with
yeah,
good
and
speed.
and then the Ravens got comfortable. They knocked off the little bit of rust, a little bit of tiredness. They probably the I say rust they had from having almost 3 weeks off, and took over the game. CJ Stroud, you can't be mad at the Texans. I mean, look what they accomplished this season. If it's not setting them in the right trajectory going into next season, then I don't know what it is. If next season they come out flat and don't have a season like this year, then it's just a total failure what happened this year because this year should have gave them the confidence that they needed to know, hey, we have a team, we have a quarterback, we have a coach. Let's go out there and get some of the weapons or maybe some veteran players to shore it up and let's make a run. But the Ravens, I mean, I don't know if I put it in the chat or something like that, but they have handled business against all these different teams. Yeah, right here. The Ravens beat um the 14-5 Lions by 32 points. They beat the 49ers, the 13-5 49ers by 14, 11-7 Dolphins by 37, 11-7 Browns by 25, the 10-8 Texans by 16 and 24, the 9-8 Jags by 16, 9-8 Seahawks by 34, 9-8 Bengals by 14. Then they beat 9 2+ touchdown wins over teams with winning records is unprecedented in NFL history. So like they just came out of nowhere and took over the game and showed why a lot of people have him as the favorite going into this weekend. You know why they have him as a favorite. Lamar Jackson's playing great. The defense, they're the number one scoring defense, and they have the number one rushing offense. So I think that it was a good game all around. I just didn't think that I think we all knew that the only way the Ravens was going to lose that game is if the Ravens lost. If Lamar laid an egg and was throwing picks all around the place and fumbling balls. But it was a good game. Good game. Shout out to the Texans. That's my take on it.
Yeah, shout out to the Texans. The Texans did start off pretty hot and heavy the first half of the game, and a little bit after at the beginning of the third quarter. It's like they lost their momentum, but Baltimore picked up exactly where they needed to pick up to win that game. Super duper proud of CJ Stroud, D'Amico Ryan, that whole entire Texans organization. They really proved with, like I said before, they proved with their moves on the offseason, their draft moves, that they were going to be a team to beat. So I'm super proud of them. I love that after the game, Lamar hugged CJ Stroud and was like, this is just the beginning for you. You're going to be here one day. You're going to be here real soon. Just keep faith, and like, I'm so proud of you. So I love when quarterbacks, support each other and can recognize, true and real talent. So big shout out to the Texans. Good season. You did what you had to do to make it to where you guys are at, and ultimately proud of you, because a lot of people didn't think that y'all can do that with a rookie quarterback based on how quarterbacks have performed once they were the starter after they got drafted. So big shout out. All right, go ahead.
Oh, no. So I got a question, and I don't know if I'm jumping the gun, but do you think that Lamar's changing the way we look at quarterbacks? He was criticized a lot coming into the league. People were saying, yeah, I didn't know much about him. The previous, I think for me, the bias came in because we never saw Vic really develop into the thrower of the ball that he could have been. A lot of stuff with Michael Vick, they used his legs. But I guess the question to you in June is, if let's say Lamar goes on to win on Sunday and he goes on to win a Super Bowl, or even just make it to the Super Bowl, do we now have to acknowledge that maybe he's just a different type of quarterback, and that you can actually win with that kind of quarterback? I'll go to you first, Bree.
Oh, I feel like dual threat quarterbacks have been a thing, and someone who performed it really well last season was Jalen Hurts, who did make it to the Super Bowl last year. Now, Lamar has always been like a dual threat quarterback. I feel like he brought it into the league a lot more than these young cats that are doing now, like Justin Fields and Jalen Hurts. The only issue is he didn't have that right offensive coordinator until this year that allowed him to throw the ball more, because we've watched him rush and run the ball more than he's thrown the ball the last couple of seasons. Mm-hmm. So I say no, only over the simple fact that Jalen Hurts performed it really well last season and made it to the Super Bowl. But I feel like Lamar actually shined light on dual threat. Sorry, that's a tongue twister. Dual threat quarterbacks a lot more in this new young era of football that we're seeing now. So that's my answer. I feel like he put it on the map, but he was just missing that piece to throw a lot more.
What about you, June?
And this is on the development of Lamar, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he's come a long way. And he hasn't just come a long way, but I mean MVP. You know what I mean? When you're talking Lamar, those are the only letters to describe this man. And and it showed, and he cement. It's not like he's having like a mediocre game here and there, and then he has a sloppy game. I mean, he's had consistency. You know what I mean? Um, every single game he's been showing out, and he's been proving why he's shutting a lot of these haters down. And it ain't because OBJ, because OBJ has been a non-factor. He's just getting paid 453 grand per catch, as I was reading earlier, and which is insane. He's been making it. He is the key. When you're doing a puzzle, a 500 piece puzzle, if you ain't got that one, he's the piece that belongs in the middle. And without that one, that puzzle ain't gonna click.
Yeah, he's definitely that. I tell you what, I think for me personally, Lamar, um, you can't compare him to nobody else, man. I hate to say that. Um, and it's not because I like Lamar. I think Lamar's dope, but um he is now you're starting to see that he's willing to throw the ball more than run. He's willing to, get rid of it than take that run. He's you seeing something in him that if he continues that forward, hey man, it could be a good conversation in the next 5 years of where they're gonna be, and who he is because he is definitely the type of quarterback. Like I said on the offsides, people don't know Lamar. Like they say, if you think you can prepare for Lamar, you could watch tape on Lamar, you can, but when you go out there and you play him, it's a whole different ball game. And the thing about it, like you said, June, this year, consistency has been the key. He has had consistently been on point, being a good quarterback and making the right decision and taking that team and putting it on his back and say, okay, we're gonna win, and we're gonna win either throwing the ball, we're gonna win running the ball, or we're gonna do both. So I definitely think that if they win on Sunday, which a lot of people do have them winning, and they go on to the Super Bowl, then it's gonna change where people see him at. He's overcome that stigma. But that's it, Bree. That's all I had to ask on that.
And you know what, Frank, something to add to it. I always said that, and I said this plenty of times. I said that Mark Andrews made Lamar who he was. I always said that, right? And he's totally shown that he could perform with or without Mark Andrews. So hey, I'm just June, and he's 110% proved me wrong. Who am I to prove wrong? Just another body in this earth. He's proven me wrong. So shout outs to him, and wish him nothing but the best. Hope he gets his ring this year, man.
Yeah, me too. I hope he does too. Bree?
All right. Next, we are going to talk about is um the Green Bay Packers and the 49ers game. Oh, poor Jordan Love. That was a good game. That game was so good. I haven't seen Brock Purdy be under that much pressure and frustration over a team that they were expected to just blow out of the waters. The Green Bay Packers were the number 7 seed. They were preaching for so long that it's been so long since a number 7 seed won a wild card game and made it to the divisional rounds. And the Green Bay Packers did it. And they went into San Francisco and they put a lot of pressure on Brock Purdy throughout that entire game. Now, Brock Purdy, he had a very, very slow game until it mattered, which was the last 2 minutes of the game, or last 6 minutes of the game, is when it really mattered for them to win. But at the end of the day, I'm very, very, very proud of the success that Jordan Love has shown this season. The minute Aaron Rodgers left, they were like, oh yeah, Green Bay season's over. Jordan Love is not it. He's not going to be able to do it. That team is nothing. And he's proven analysts wrong, fans wrong, teams wrong, coaches wrong. And I wish they would have won, honestly. It was a good game. I think those 2 picks really hurt them. And then the missed kick by the kicker when it mattered the most. I hope he's fired. I'm not sure if they're going to fire him or not. But, it was one team was supposed to win that game. And I just wish it was Green Bay, in my opinion. But big shout out to the 49ers for winning, Brock Purdy for overcoming those pressures and that frustration that you were feeling the first 3 quarters of the game and really going out to win. Frank?
Brock, so that game was a little, again, I think there was a little rust there. I think not playing kind of showed on Brock the frustration. And we keep forgetting that he barely has a year and a half under his belt starting. He just happens to be in a good ass team that all he got to do is not screw the game away, and they're gonna win, and they're gonna get to where they're at right now. Kyle Shanahan has a perfect system in place that, you could be a game manager like Cam Newton said about him, and get there. You're right. The Packers could have won that, and they didn't. But I got to give credit to Purdy. No Debo. He made the right throw with the right drive at the right time to win the game. Put him ahead, and we said on offsides, players win games, coaches lose them. That's something Belichick said, and I felt like on that game against Packers versus 49ers, I feel like it's exactly what happened. Coaching, Jordan he didn't have to take that pass he threw with the caused the pick to end the game. He had enough time. He could have did something else, and he didn't. But like you said, somebody had to win the game. And it was the 49ers. However, again, when we talk about momentum, talking about going into next season, just like we said, the Texans have a lot to build on and have a lot to be happy about. Hey, the Packers have a lot to be happy about too. They're the youngest team in the NFL that is only going to get better. And if Jordan Love does what he did this year, maybe build some more continuity and chemistry with his receivers and stuff like that, next year it could be it could be another run. They could win the North over there. So we'll see. June.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. The Packers. I'm gonna put them on the same level as the Texans when it comes down to having a winning season, right? And not just record wise, but winning overall. I know I personally didn't see the Packers being successful at all this year. Maybe a 500 team that don't even make the wild card. Um, and I think what they did with a quarterback as mediocre as everyone makes him to be, because I didn't even know if he was going to be the quarterback over there. I
Mhm.
just thought he was just in place and maybe get a good draft pick, but he is 110% shown that he belongs. Um, he's filling the shoes of his successor very well, especially this year. And shout out to the head coach over there, because he's making it work with what he has. Um, so again, it's a winning season. Um, yeah, the Texans, they had different pieces as far as a new head coach coming from the bottom to the top. However, when I say I'm going to put them in the same places on the same level, is they both had winning seasons that I didn't expect them to reach that level. I mean, they both reached the same level in the playoffs. So shout out to them, and um, they lost, but not really.
What does that say about the Packers? Like kind of farming system in a sense, right? Because they had Brett Favre and then they had Aaron Rodgers sit behind Favre. Brett Favre left, Aaron Rodgers came in, and it kind of didn't skip a beat, right? And then now look, Aaron Rodgers left. Love sat behind Rodgers, and look, they didn't skip a beat. They were a play away probably from winning the game and going to NFC Championship game. So it says a lot about the plan they have in place. I mean, it's worked. You know what I'm saying? Nikki, what you was gonna say?
They should have won that game. I ain't. The Packers had that game won. They did.
They were a
I don't
missed
know what
field goal away,
happened.
huh?
Golly, that crushes my spirit for them.
Yeah, but it's not like we said. They didn't win, but they have a lot to build on going into the next season. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't win the game; they won the season. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So
and that's what we said about
for
the
the Packers,
Texans too. The Texans.
we're not talking about the Texans though.
No, I said that's what we said earlier about the Texans.
Thank God I wasn't on
Why not?
because it wouldn't have been a consensus.
Girl, there ain't nothing you can say about the Texans. What you gonna say about the
Listen,
Texans? I'll tell you what you're gonna say about the
Okay?
Texans. That the Jaguars
Salute you.
and they took over the same person that sat on this podcast and said, we ain't losing the division. We done beat them. We done swept them. Then nobody can take it from us.
I didn't say we beat them, but
Oh,
you're
yes,
right.
you did. You did say they couldn't take
They
it.
beat us the first round.
And they don't know what you said. You said that y'all hold the tiebreaker with somebody. Which one was it? Was it the Colts?
It was the Texans.
Yeah, it was the Colts, right? She said we hold the tiebreaker so we can't lose the division. And they end up losing the
No.
division. Oh yeah, we can go back and look at it. It's on.
It was because Colts was right.
So we had
yeah, because
It
we
was
looked at it.
Jags, Colts, Texans.
Mm-hmm. And they came back and won. I think they had a good. I think they had a good season going forward. And I think
the
that
Texans had a phenomenal season because nobody expected them to end where they ended.
yeah,
Good to see they shot. You know what I mean? I might not like the Texans, but I respect my black brother. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
For real.
all right, Bree. What's next?
The next game that we have is the Lions and Bucks game. Who wants to go first?
I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I think the Lions wanted that more, in my opinion. They just started out and never gave up. And I think by the time the Bucks got around to doing something, it was too late. It was too late. Did he even throw a pick? I think he only threw one pick in that game, right? Baker. So it's not like he had a bad.
To CJ Gardner-Johnson. Out of anybody, the crybaby.
I just feel like the Lions the Lions are that team that's on that destiny run right now. And I mean, the Bucks, if they would have caught an Eagles team that wasn't playing like they were playing the last 6, 7, 8 weeks of the season, and they were playing like the first 11 games of the season, then the Bucks probably would never made it out the wild card. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? But they caught a weak Eagles team. They handled business at home as they should have. And then they went on the road and lost. And that's not to discredit what Baker is or anything. That's his first year in the system. And look, 9-8 season in a weak division and made it to divisional rounds. I think that was good. Jared Goff, let's put some respect on his name, man. He's been to the Super Bowl, took 2 different franchises to a conference championship. If he wins on Sunday, he's taking 2 different organizations to a Super Bowl. Peyton did that, Brady did that. Who else did it? I can't even think of anybody else done it. But I know those 2 did it. So I don't know. That's my take on it. I just felt like the better team won that day.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to say. I think no discredit to the Bucks. It was a 50-50 game, but the Lions was the better team, even going into the match. And that slight 5% to make it 55-45 paid off for the Lions. So nothing against the Bucks.
They got a good team though. Lions got a good team. Go ahead, June.
I'll tell you what, man.
June about to say something foolish. I'm sorry.
I am gonna say something foolish. The Jags should have been there. That's as foolish as I'm gonna say today, Nikki. Stop it. I'm just kidding. You know I love you. It was a good game. It was a good game, and I just felt as though, and you said it during the game, the Bucks ran out of gas in the fourth quarter. They came in, they didn't come in with a full tank, and that's what happens. They didn't come in with a full tank. I think for the first 3 quarters, it was a game. It was a hell of a game, and Baker had a hell of a season that's going to get him a contract.
Mm-hmm.
It's deserving.
100%. So I think the scariest team right now, I'm going to put them as far as scary, and it may sound a little weird, or not really. I'm going to put them on the same level as the Ravens. I don't think the 49ers are as scary anymore in the NFC as they were 3 or 4 weeks ago. Right now, Detroit is going to San Francisco, and San Francisco needs to be worried about those Lions because they're hungry, and they're not going over there to lay down. If you think the number 7 seed Packers went over there and gave them a game, what do you think Detroit's going to do?
They're playing with
That's
house
like
money.
that's it, man. The 49ers are like that zebra that these lions find in the wild, and they're gonna tear them apart, man. That's what I personally think.
Look, I don't know. I think the Brock Purdy's play, and I asked this going in on offsides, was it concerning his play during that game? You know what I'm saying? He didn't play well. They won because of mistakes caused by the other team that they capitalized on. But it wasn't because he came from behind and he won without Debo. But it is concerning because you do have Goff, again, who took a team, he's the number 1 pick overall, and took a team to the Super Bowl. And they got rid of him because they felt he couldn't get the ball downfield like Matt Stafford. And like you said, June, you know, they traded everything to get Stafford. But, you know, at the end of the day, look where the Lions are at. After 31 years, they're in the conference championship. That speaks volumes, you know what I'm saying, of what, first off, that coaching, the coach, Dan Campbell, and then what they did with their picks and stuff like that, man. So, yeah, it is concerning. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions pull out the upset in San Francisco.
I wouldn't either. I think they're the underdog just because, but you can't really say that either with another 50-50. Because the way that Niners played last week, it really should be Lions and what's to call it? So just like it should be the Bills and the Ravens, but I digress.
Oh, we haven't got to that game yet. Don't worry about it. It's coming up. Bree?
I have no comments on that game at all. Didn't really excite me. Shout out to the Lions. Yeah, they did.
Well, of course not. You picked the Bucs to win.
I mean, I picked the Bucs too, but it wasn't like a crazy game, you know?
Oh, no, I think Bree picked the Lions.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I think it was me and you, the only one that picked the Lions. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say. That's not just the game itself. It just wasn't like anything all didn't happen in that game to me. And then the last game is the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. So we'll let June go first with that one.
Woo!
Well, I'll tell you, when you talk about disappointment, that's probably your best definition of it, right? I'm not gonna sit there and say, hey, they remind me of that Buffalo team that lost 4 Super Bowls in a row, but it probably should hit almost as hard as that. To sit there and get eliminated three out of the last 4 years by the Chiefs and not make it. To lose back-to-back divisional games at home, you know, it has to have a sting. And I guess the Josh Allen played a hell of a game.
He did. Thank you.
And that was my concern. I thought they were going to put too much on his back, and don't get me wrong, they still did. Because I don't think they utilized that running game as they has been, because they have Cook over there that's been killing it. And I was like, man, they're gonna feed Cook. They're gonna just balance everything out. But then it felt as though they were putting everything right back on Josh Allen, and at least he didn't make no crazy mistakes to say, you know what, Josh Allen lost that game. Ultimately,
it was the
kicker. Well, I mean, yes, but I guess the worrying part of that team now moving forward is, does Diggs want to come back, or do they replace that head coach?
Wait a minute, Diggs was part of the problem. He dropped $1 million and fucking one ball.
Yeah, absolutely. That last one was critical. Was probably we talk about the kicker missing that kick, but then Diggs missed that pass.
Yeah. So, and a few ones before that, but that one, at least if he would have came in the clutch in that one.
big time, big time. Then you would have put the game right back on Josh Allen, and that would have
And
been
to
that.
finish it off, right.
But I still think moving forward, I don't know if Diggs gonna come back. I mean, this adds another year to Diggs, where he waits and he sits there and he looks at the other team celebrate at home, which is sad. It's very sad and funny at the same time. But that's my take. You know, shout out to the Chiefs. They didn't do anything spectacular. They look a little bit better than average, and at the end of the day, they capitalized on the poor choices
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
Bills made, even though the Bills had the ball a lot longer than they did.
Well,
That's
you
my
got to
take.
remember that's another issue I think I'm going to bring out, right? I understand, running and trying to keep the ball to the very last drop. You know what I'm saying? But you already knew your kicker was injured, right? He got the thingy last game or 2 games ago, right? Um, remember, I think at one point he was winning. Whatever, you already knew he was injured. Wasn't it whatever week he missed the kick? What's it call it? That's when he got the thing. I think they bled too much time on the clock. I think they should have, did whatever. If we couldn't get it, try to get the ball back. But they bled so much off the clock that there was, all raggedy ass Kansas City had to do was just kneel. Um Josh played well. I mean, like you said, whenever for the Bills, they always been inconsistent for me based off of how Josh plays. And I think he did well. The missed drops by Diggs, like, bye, good riddance. Go, who cares where you go at this point? Um, but it's very disheartening because it's kind of like you say, like, what else? Like, why can't we pass this hump? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even when we have it, because they were leading for majority of the time, and then then the Chiefs will lead, and then the Bills is right back on top. I'm not even mad at the kicker, even though whatever. But he was hurt. Shit, he was hurt the whole damn game.
They just made bad decisions. They made bad decisions. Like we talked about offsides, they had the ball, I think, for 30-something minutes, over 27 minutes of the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs only beat them like in total plays. They had one more play than the Bills. Where the Chiefs killed them was in yards per play. It was like 7.7 yards per play to their like 4.6 or something like that per play. First off, Diggs, I think they should get rid of Diggs. I would let Diggs go and bring somebody else in because I think he's part of the problem. I think there's been issues there since we seen that training camp that one time. Remember when all the stuff was going back, social media, this, that, and the third. And say what?
He didn't show up.
Yeah, he ain't show up. Little things that catch, it went through his hands. And
Oh my gosh.
and then I don't know, on one of the sports shows they showed that Marquez Valdez Scantling, MSV yeah, dude, the dude that came over from Green Bay caught the same ball. Bree, she's trying to get a hold of you. Caught the same ball, the same pass that Josh Allen threw to Diggs and Diggs missed. It's the same one that Mahomes did for MSV or MSV, whatever his name is, and he caught it. So the difference came down to who was more efficient, and the Chiefs were more efficient when it mattered. But hey, listen. Yo, they handled them at the line of scrimmage. This is the most frustrating thing ever because you saw in the beginning of the game, the defense couldn't stop them. They even had Chris Jones on the sideline. Had him on the
Yeah,
sideline.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then why? And we asked this on offsides, and I think Nikki and I spoke about this too. Why he didn't throw it to Diggs on that 2nd and 9 just to get the first down? He went to the end zone and it fell short. And that's when Tony Romo said, "This is the play. That's when the game is over. If they lose, that we're gonna come back and say this is the play that cost them the game." And sure as shit,
Yeah. And sometimes I hate, sometimes, it's iffy. It's iffy, right? Because sometimes you like, yo, play to live another down.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? And another time you were like, that shit was wide open. Why
Mhm.
didn't you go deep? You know what I'm saying? So it's a 50-50 chance. Maybe he didn't go to Diggs because Diggs had Butterfingers. You get what I'm saying? He had dropped a lot of crucial balls. Like if he would have caught it, we've been talking about something totally different. Had he throw it to him at that time, that was a crucial time.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, at one point, how about if he would have threw it and he would have dropped it and they still would have lost? Would have been like, bro, he was dropping balls left and right. Pick another person. You know what I'm saying?
But he
Damn
didn't
if he
have
did.
nobody else either. That's the thing. Because
Well,
Shakir, yeah, only Shakir. Gabe Davis wasn't in the game. You have Diggs. Was Kincaid in the game? I think he
No,
was.
he was.
He
oh,
wasn't.
yeah.
Look, so you had was
No.
Knox. He was already down. And let's be honest. Okay,
Yeah, but even with that, they were still doing all right, Frank.
but let's be real too. On defense, they were on their fourth string and middle linebacker. Like they said that Isaiah Pacheco runs the ball like somebody that grew up poor.
Did you see how that baby run?
He's stomping.
Hey man,
They
that
said
kid.
that he runs like he's trying on new shoes.
Yes, bro. But you know what? Hey, listen, they gave life to the legend of Mahomes and Andy Reid and Travis Kelce. So let's see what happens now on Sunday.
Listen. Okay. All right. I'm gonna wait till you start talking about Sunday because I got something to say.
Oh, we got some ways to go to that one. What's up, Bree? What's the next one?
Oh gosh.
All right, so next we're gonna do the NFL honors nominees. Once Frank gives me access
Oh,
to.
sorry.
So what's the
my
nominee?
screen.
So they done
They came out with the official list of the.
okay, they
nominees.
done shed some people off or no?
Nah, they're gonna give DeMar Hamlin comeback player of the year for a punt conversion.
He stopped. He stopped one thing.
I do want to
This,
talk about that play for like a second. 1
this
second.
fool was like, they gave the ball to him, and that was it. The one that he had to run the first down, 1 yard.
And then we're gonna do this one.
Yo,
Then we're gonna do Pepsi's as well because Pepsi's rookie of the year as well. So this is your MVP finalists. You have Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, Dak Prescott, and Brock Purdy. So one by one, I'm gonna ask who each person would pick to win. So we'll start with Frank, since Frank is the first one.
Oh my God.
Lamar.
Motherfucking Jackson.
June?
Lamar, hands down.
Motherfucking Jackson.
Lamar, Nikki?
Lamar motherfucking Jackson.
I go Lamar as well. I think he is gonna win MVP this year.
Well deserved.
Offensive player of the year. You have Tyreek Hill, Lamar Jackson, CeeDee Lamb, Christian McCaffrey, and Dak Prescott. I'll go first. I think Christian McCaffrey is going to win it this year. June?
I'm gonna go with golly. I want to go with McCaffrey and I want to give it to Tyreek. I mean, shit, this is a tough one, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Tyreek.
Okay, Nikki?
I'm going CeeDee Lamb.
Frank?
Tyreek.
Okay, defensive player of the year. Have Darren Bland, Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, TJ Watt. I mean, there's only one person in here who constantly breaks records every year, and that's TJ Watt.
Yeah, but if we're gonna go off that number, there's always gonna be TJ Watt. I think Max Crosby had a great year.
Oh yeah, he's my second. He's my runner up. Max
I would probably. He doesn't have one though, right? But Myles Garrett does. No, he don't either, right?
He don't have one either.
Damn.
But what was Myles Garrett's stats for defensive player of the year, the wild card route? Zero tackles for loss, 0 QB pressures, 2 offside penalties.
Damn, man. I don't know. I think I probably go with Max Crosby, man. I like his story.
He's my runner up. June?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to probably go with Myles Garrett.
Okay. Nikki?
I'm going Max. I do like his story. So yeah, Max all day.
Okay. This is the tough one. Offensive rookie of the year. You got Jameer Gibbs, Laporta, Puka Nakua, Bijan, and then CJ Stroud. So I think CJ Stroud is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. But Puka needs an award as well. He was so phenomenal. He broke the record for most receiving yards by a rookie wide receiver. That hasn't been broken since the 60s. You know, he was a crucial weapon, in a good way, to the Rams when Cooper Kupp was out. He definitely proven himself. He's very humble, but he's such a good player as well. But I'm gonna go CJ Stroud with Puka Nacua as my runner-up. Nikki.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
Frank.
I think she'll have four-way tie here.
Right.
Oh yeah, because Jahmyr Gibbs and Sam Laporta.
Yo, this is so. I honestly feel like Puka or CJ Stroud could be Offensive Player of the Year. It shouldn't be just because their rookies go to the rookie side. And here's why. They outperformed. They played. You know, this, like you said, he broke a record. That should count for something. You know what I'm saying? CJ Stroud, I mean, had a phenomenal year. So to put him only in the rookie side of the house when they can easily be competing, because if that's the case, and we're talking about putting Tyreek Hill as Offensive Player of the Year, then it should be Puka because he broke the record. He did something that Tyreek Hill didn't do, which was he was supposed to break the record. Remember, that was the whole thing, that he was going to break this wide receiver, the yards in one season that should put him as MVP if he broke it. And he didn't break it. So I think Puka should be moved over there and make CJ Stroud the Offensive Rookie of the Year. But I mean, you know, we're going to go quarterback driven league like it is, CJ Stroud, but I think Puka can make a strong. I mean, yeah, I will go with Puka because he broke the record. He broke a record that was there since the 60s, you know. And he's like what, a 6th round pick, 4th round pick? He's not even
he's a 5th round pick.
Yeah, 5th round. Look at that.
And June.
I'm gonna go with CJ at the end of the day.
Defensive Rookies of the Year, you have Will Anderson Jr., Jalen Carter, Joey Porter Jr., Kobe Turner, and Devin Witherspoon.
I don't know name one of them.
I know Joey Porter Jr. because of his dad.
I ain't see one of them play. Now one of the answers play.
Well, Nikki, it's because you work every single Sunday, so you barely watch football. So you didn't see anybody play.
Work tomorrow.
So I think Jalen Carter is going to get it. He really stepped up, especially as a rookie. He really stepped up on that defense, and he had a phenomenal season. Joey Porter Jr. as well. He was just a great cornerback this season and put a lot of pressure on those top wide receivers. But I'm going to go Jalen Carter and then Joey Porter Jr. as my runner-up. And he's a beast. He's a beast.
I'm going Jalen Carter. Isn't he the one that almost recovered a spike ball when they went to spike it? That's smart. That dude watches film. I'm going him.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's that Georgia boy. In June?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it unbiased with my opinion and my answer. So I'm gonna go with Jalen Carter on this one.
Homer.
Nikki?
She disappeared.
She should be a magician. She belongs in Vegas. She is good. She is really good.
She said Jalen Carter. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh, me? I told you. I ain't seen that
one. They all are starters.
Okay, mini, miny, mo. Devin Witherspoon.
Okay, good job.
Devin Witherspoon.
Wait a minute. Why? So hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, he wasn't a rookie. Never mind. He wasn't a rookie. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was gonna say Hutchinson. Isn't he a rookie or no?
No, he's a second year.
Second. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Then you have Coach of the Year. You have Dan Campbell, John Harbaugh, D'Amico Ryans.
Right there. Stop right there.
And Kevin.
My black brother.
I'm torn between two.
And
the two that I'm torn between is Dan Campbell
Nope.
and D'Amico Ryan.
Hey!
So those are the two I'm torn between, but I really want D'Amico Ryan to win Coach of the Year for what he did to that organization. But it's literally the same story with Dan Campbell and the Lions. They're literally the same exact. Nikki, why are you making that face? Yes, it is.
It's
Nikki,
actually more
you
impressive what
ain't
Dan
watched.
Campbell did.
Hold on, Frank. Nikki making faces, shaking her head like I said something wrong when she hasn't paid attention to this entire football season.
We all know why she's
understand
going
why
with D'Amico Ryans, because he's black.
Yes.
My brother.
Yes, and that's okay, but she can't shake her head and be like, no,
Hey.
when I'm saying they have the same exact story. They do.
I'm black and I'm proud.
No, I'm gonna tell you, this is very tough, right? Because out of the 4, 5 here, 3 of them should really be in consideration. So I'm gonna start with the bottom ones. Kevin Stefanski to be on his 4th quarterback and go to a wild card game and go into the postseason. That's a lot of good coaching there. D'Amico Ryans, you know, to be a rookie head coach coming into a team that, you know, nobody gave a chance and take him into the divisional rounds with a rookie quarterback, losing players, you know what I'm saying? Losing his one of his top receivers and still doing it. I think you got to give credit, but where I'm gonna go is Dan Campbell, and it's because what he did, he turned around an organization. They haven't been to the NFC Championship in over 30 something years.
That is true. That is true.
You know what I'm saying? The Texans were in the playoffs just like 3 or 4 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, so it wasn't like, you know, what he's done in there with the culture. Like, he has a whole city believing, again. And this guy, if you watch his post game speeches in the locker room, man, he gets emotional every time because of what they're doing there, and them players are playing for him. So I got to go Dan Campbell, man, with the Lions where they're at. But D'Amico Ryans, if he wins it, I wouldn't be upset either. Look what he did, you know.
All right, June.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dan Campbell. I mean, the dude got the whole stadium sold out, you know, for the first time since 1893, and for that reason alone, you know, give that man a star. But the next year, give him another one.
Not a star. Hey, C2P him. Just A2P him. Just move him to 2 stars, right? Make him 1%. Let's go.
Y'all are so stupid.
What else, Bree?
So do you have a
You
sister?
already said D'Amico.
Yeah, you said D'Amico. You did.
I didn't get to talk.
Okay, Nikki, who?
I'm going. So listen, I think Dan said. Honestly, you couldn't go wrong on either, right? The only reason why I picked D'Amico is because I think the Lions were on like last year, they were great to me. What happened? Last year, you know what I'm saying? I thought they were up there last year. So for me, and granted, it's not about me, but I seen them making it far from last year. Like, I thought they were on the climb. So where they are now, probably further than what I thought they would be, right? However, I thought they were going to make it past postseason. So I don't know. For me, it's just not surprising. But them Texans, they get on my mother freaking nerves. And I'm black and I'm proud. All right.
That was the best take. You put out so much information there that it swayed the vote of every voter in the world. Next.
Shut the hell
up. So assistant coach finalists, you have Ben Johnson, the OC of the Lions, Mike McDonald, the DC of the Ravens, Todd Monken, the OC of the Ravens, Jim Schwartz, DC of the Browns, and then Bobby Slowick, the offensive coordinator.
Okay,
I'll go for Nikki. They're offensive and defensive coordinators for the team. That's who they are.
Yeah. I know. I see that.
Okay. Oh, I was answering your question. I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna give it to Todd. the OC for the Ravens. That's who I think should win Assistant Coach of the Year. My reason being is the complete 180 of the Ravens offense from the last 2 years to this year. The fact that him and Lamar has a relationship to where he has improved a lot over the last 2 years. We haven't seen him injured throughout the entire season like we have. They actually have great chemistry, and he's actually throwing the ball more to be that dual threat quarterback that he's known to be. So he got that out of Lamar, and look where the Ravens are now. So I'm going to give it to Todd, the OC for the Ravens. That was the greatest move they made in the offseason before the season started. Next, June.
I'm gonna go with it's kind of crazy, right? If they would have never flopped the way that they flopped against the Texans, I would have gave it to James Schwartz. But in this case, I'm gonna give it to Ben Johnson for
That's a
doing
good one too.
what he's done with the Lions. Because the head coach, he doesn't do it by himself.
Okay, Nikki.
She's struggling. There's no black people on here, so she's struggling right now.
Listen, Frank. You know me so well, right? I don't give a fuck who get it. But you know what? I'm gonna give it to Bobby, because if I give it to Bobby, then D'Amico still gets the praise. You get what I'm saying? There you go.
Okay, and then
association. Frank. I gave it to Bobby through association.
I'm going with Todd Monken and just 3 letters.
That's who
MVP. That's it. Todd Monken, what he did on his
That's
first
who
year.
I was going for real though.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay, and the last one, comeback player of the year. So you got Joe Flacco, DeMar Hamlin, Baker Mayfield, Matthew Stafford, Tua Tagovailoa.
Look at Joe on the list.
My opinion, my comeback player of the year, Baker Mayfield with Joe Flacco.
Right. Come back for real is Joe.
It could be Baker too.
Baker ain't go nowhere.
Do you not see what happened the last 2 years of Baker's freaking NFL career?
Yeah, but he's been there.
Do you see how bad he struggled?
Yeah, he went to a new team.
Yeah, but no one had faith in him.
Oh, we know that. That's why the Browns let his ass go. But it's not because of his non-talent.
It's still like he has a comeback story. He has a Cinderella story. He was let go by the Browns. He went to the Carolina Panthers, was let go after week 4. Then he went over to the Rams. He went over to the Rams, and he was benched in the first game after Matthew Stafford got hurt for their 3rd string. They've released him in the middle at the last 2 games of the season. He went over to the Bucks.
Oh my God.
He went over to the Bucks. They didn't even have faith on him before the season started, to where they called Tom Brady out of retirement. He came into this season and he made it to the divisional rounds. That is a comeback player. His story is a great story. That's why he's my comeback player of the year. Okay. Nikki, who's your comeback player of the year?
Joe fucking ass, dumbass Flacco.
Hey. Blue Hen Nation.
There you go.
That Blue Hen Nation.
Okay, Frank, who's your comeback player of the year?
I'm going with Baker, man. Baker. I'm going Baker.
June?
I'm going with Tua. I'm gonna go with Tua. I think what he went through last year and where he got that team this year. I mean, good Lord, we seen what happened to this man on the field. He was almost like DeMar, except he didn't die. And that was, it's crazy. We all did not believe he should play again.
That's true.
I voted, man. I wrote the NFL. Don't let this man feel again. And he went out there and he got that team. And on top of that, he almost got his receiver to break records. So shout out to Tua. That would be my vote.
Good job. That's a good one.
All right, and then this is the Pepsi. So this is the Pepsi's offensive rookie of the year that gets announced during the Super Bowl. So you have Devon Achane, CJ Stroud, Bijan Robinson, Jameer Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Puka Nacua. Me, if CJ wins offensive rookie of the year for the NFL, Puka should win,
Correct.
and then vice
Correct.
versa. That's for
Yeah.
me.
Correct.
That's
I
for you
agree.
too.
Yeah, I
Jill,
agree.
what about you?
I agree. You know, I guess I'm just proud that all these rookies actually did their
They
job
showed
this
out
year. You
like
know,
And they did
up
something.
for
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm,
yeah, that is really really impressive. But I have to give it somebody got to win. I have to
mhm,
give it to CJ. And even after that concussion that he had, he came back and still performed. So
mhm.
yeah, I have to give it to him. And he may get comeback player of the year after that concussion. Who knows?
Right.
I'm gonna go with Puka, man. He broke a record,
Mhm.
and I'm tired. It's not. Look, CJ Stroud did a lot of good things, but we always complain about how all these awards go to the quarterback. To see a different blood. I would love to see Puka make it. You know, like I said, a fifth
Mhm,
round pick to break a record that was there since the '60s. That's
mhm.
big as a rookie. You know.
But he broke
Yeah.
a record too. CJ broke a record too, no?
uh,
Yes, he
Yeah.
broke a rookie record. I want to say
Yeah, he did. He broke I
I
think he broke
passing
I think he
yards in the
broke
first
two.
like 6 games or something.
No, no, as a rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
We could look it up, but I'm sure I think he broke one or two
I'm
records.
looking it up.
I mean, I think what Bree said originally is why I agree, right? Whoever won the other one, I think the other person should win this one. I think they both should go home with an award, you know? So it don't matter who you give it to, just give one to each.
he set the single
Yes,
game
yes, some
rookie passing record with 470 yards in a
470.
comeback win over the Buccaneers. That's the only one.
Yep, and that
Uh,
record was held by Andrew Luck.
Yep.
So they both broke records. So, and I want Puka to win this award because he handedly helped me in fantasy football, helped me take me to the championship game. He
I
did.
was I was not trying to
He
laugh. I was trying not to
he
laugh.
he was literally he was my Iron Man for my team.
Oh, oh
Okay,
boy.
next. The next topic we have is the Chargers. Got good old Jim. Got
Oh,
good old Jim from Michigan. So head coach the Chargers. We don't know what his contract deal is yet, but the Chargers have a new head coach in Jim Harbaugh. How do you feel about that?
Good for the Chargers.
uh,
I'm so ecstatic. I'm happy that Jay Herbo has a head coach that knows how to win. He just won a national championship. Michigan has been known for winning. Now we just need that offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, Bill Belichick, to go ahead and make that team the beat for the next 5 years.
uh, yeah. You said Bill Belichick be the defense
The
coordinator.
defense coordinator.
Yeah, I said now all they need is that offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, Bill Belichick. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I don't think that's a bad idea because of the simple fact that Bill Belichick, I don't think he needs to go anywhere to be a head coach again. He's already proven to one of the greatest head coaches of all time. His accolade, like he has amazing accolades. His his Super Bowl wins prove it. He's not getting any younger, right? Being a head
No.
coach is going to stress him out, especially for a new team, new quarterback, something out of the blue. I think he needs to go back to what he's best at, and it's defensive coordinator. He is such a great defensive minded coach. Even though the Patriots have been struggling the last 3 years, their defense have always been on point, has always been in the top 10. If you have all that talent right there in Los Angeles, those on that defense, use your defensive mind and train and coach those boys to be in at the defense that everyone knows they can be with the talent that's on that defense. So I would love to see him as a defensive coordinator. I don't think he needs to go anywhere and be a head coach again. He's already proven himself. Now he just needs to. It's like kind of like slowly entering retirement, going down and being a defensive coordinator, just relaxing, less stress.
I think first of all, let's talk about Jim Harbaugh. I think it was a great addition. I think it's good. He's been a proven winner everywhere he goes. When he was in San Francisco, they went to the Super Bowl. Look what he did with Michigan. Um, I think it's great. Like June and I talked about on offsides, is what's going to be an excuse now for Justin Herbert if it doesn't take off. Like there's no excuse now for that offense not to be as good as it's going to be. As far as the what's up?
I was gonna say, even before he got hurt, like Justin Herbert was always doing that job. His job, it was the defense. Justin Herbert was scoring over 35 points a game and allowing the defense to let the team. He was doing his job. I feel like it's gonna make him better. And I feel like he didn't struggle. He broke his hand and had to be out, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like even the games that they lost, he did his job and scored over 30 points a game.
Yeah, he was put up 35 and the defense would get up 36. So you go and lose, right? But this is what they needed, and this is what organization needed. So we'll see. As far as your wishful thinking, nah, it ain't happening.
I know. I would love
for
to see
me.
it. I'm about to call. Give me Bill's number. I'm gonna give him a call.
I couldn't see Bill doing that, and to me, and it's not because it wouldn't be a smart thing. And it's not because it wouldn't be. I just think for a person of his stature and his accomplishments, it's a step back for one, and two, it would open the door for a lot of these commentators to just feed into it and be so disrespectful. And then I would have to catch me a case because I would have to go see people like Shady McCoy and Flex because, you know, they want to talk trash when he has a losing record against Belichick. That's why he talks shit all the time. But anyways, I don't know. I think that you know, Bill just needs to go on his boat.
What would fit the NFL script? Bill Belichick going to be the defensive coordinator of the Los Angeles Chargers, right? Because next year the Chargers played New England in New England. And what if he was the DC of the Chargers and had to go back and play New England? That would fit the NFL script because Jim and John are going to play each other because the Ravens are going to LA next year. So they're going to play each other. And then to add on to the script, let's get Bill Belichick as a DC and have him go back to New England to face his old team, this time as the defensive coordinator. That would be
honestly, I don't see Bill coaching anywhere, to be honest with you. I think he's done. I think this year he's probably going to sit out this year and see what happens, because I don't think he wants to go to the only two places left is Seahawks and Redskins. I mean Commanders, and they're giving Dan Quinn a second interview in Seattle, which looks like he might be the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Dan Quinn, who was the DC when they won the Super Bowl, with the Legion of Boom. So the only thing left will be Commanders, and Commanders is
I'm just saying,
it's a tough build.
I'm just, you got to, like, that's the thing. I don't want him to go back and be a head coach anywhere. Like, that's some stress he needs to get off of him, you know? I'm just saying
that commentator, bro.
That fits the script.
I think just go be a commentator somewhere.
All right, Jim.
Harbaugh.
Yes.
Okay.
I just threw in Bill Belichick just because if it's the script.
I think it's gonna be immediate impact when it comes to the leadership in the locker room when he goes over there. I think I think the impact is gonna be there. But my only concern for the Chargers was always the defense. They could put up points, but what are you gonna do about that defense? You know, it ain't gonna matter if you ain't got no defense. So we'll see who he.
Text me Bill's number.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. But we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does with that defense at the end of the day. And I don't think Bill ever scooped down from being a head coach to a coordinator anywhere. That's no way, you know?
Proven him that's my thing. He's already proven himself. That's why I think he would do it, because he's already proven himself. When you said that it's going to change the atmosphere of the locker room, it reminded me when you said that what played in my head was when Milwaukee Bucks just fired their coach and hired Doc, and they were on the field jumping around in like a big circle. That's gonna be the Chargers. All right, Nikki, Jim Harbaugh.
Good.
She don't know, girl.
All right. Next, we have game. We have pictures and then a game, and then we're gonna talk about the conference championships. All right. So let me go ahead and add my pictures. Yeah, there's only a few pictures. So this is the first one. All right. So if you had to pick 2 RB and wide receiver duos, which 2 would you? Oh, my apologies. These are going to be really quick. There's only 5. All right. 2 running back and wide receiver duos. Who are you picking and why?
Oh, that's easy. You ready? Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith. And why? 3 Super Bowls.
And then you got to pick one more.
And one more?
Yeah, 2 running back wide receiver duos.
I guess Jerry Rice and Roger Craig, man. They got the rings.
Yeah. Okay. Nikki?
Oh, sorry, huh?
Girl,
you gotta pick 2 wide receiver running back duos off this screen.
Just phone a friend, Nick. Phone a friend.
June?
I got to pick 2.
Yes, you gotta pick.
Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith and Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell.
Okay. June?
I only picked them because I know.
Adrian James, Marvin Harrison, and then I'm gonna go with Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown in their prime without CTE and that crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown in their prime, but I'm also gonna go LaDainian Tomlinson and Antonio Gates.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let me see.
You didn't see them at the bottom, June?
The only reason I didn't go with them is, or with like, I could have went Marshall Faulk and Isaac Bruce. But the only reason I didn't go with the other ones because they didn't equate to rings. It didn't equate to what it needed.
Yeah, your logic is,
I'm going with the teams that, you know.
Pick 3.
Oh,
3 slot receivers.
3 slot receivers?
Well, they're all slot, but you gotta pick your 3.
Oh, you know Edelman's number 1 for me. Cup is gonna be second, and then I'm gonna probably go Hines Ward, man. You know, he put the work in and finally got a ring with the Steelers, but Edelman, Cup, and I'll probably go Ward as the 3rd one.
June?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cup, Ward. You didn't like Wes Walker, man? I thought he was always pretty legit.
Who am I?
Nah, Wes Walker dropped the pass that would have won the Super Bowl for us, and I think if Edelman would have been in the game, he would have caught the pass. I think Edelman's a way better slot.
Who am I? Who did this every time they scored a touchdown?
That wasn't Cruz.
That was a bad impression, but it's Cruz.
That was Victor Cruz.
Yeah.
Henry looks like the Victor, don't he?
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna talk to him offline.
See, I'm gonna go Cruz, Cup, Ward, and then my honorary will be Edelman, Cruz, Ward. But the reason why I picked Cup over Edelman is because Cup is a triple crown king. But I love the first of all, the whole top row is iconic, you know. So
Cruz was injury riddled. That's the problem. If he was injury
when he
riddled,
was in his prime, he was in his prime, you know.
Yeah, Victor Cruz is injury riddled.
Yeah. Nikki.
Oh, it don't matter. Just pick.
Okay, I got you. Black, and black. So Cobb,
Amen.
Joyner, and Cruz. Got it. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
All right.
Actually, Bolton.
So
Yes.
your three. Pick your three
What combinations?
combinations. That's the word I was looking for. Yep. Pick your three head coach quarterback
Oh.
combinations.
I can't even see.
That's going to be Chuck Noll and Terry Bradshaw, 4 rings.
Mhm.
Bill Walsh and Joe Montana, 4 rings, or 3.
Mhm.
No, 4. And then I'm going Belichick and Brady, 6 rings. But you got Vince Lombardi and Bart Starr, which that's another one. Tom Landry and Roger Starbuck, that's another one. Tony Dungy and Peyton Manning. You can't go wrong with either one of these. But if we're gonna go with just chips, then it's gonna be Chuck Noll, Terry Bradshaw, Belichick and Brady, and Walsh and Montana.
Mhm. Okay, June.
I'm gonna go with Paul Brown and Otto Graham.
That's a good one.
Bill.
That's a good one. Which Bill?
Bill?
There's 2. There's Bill Walsh and Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is in the bottom.
Yeah.
Just 2?
No, 3. So you said Paul,
Vince Lombardi and Bart Starr, even though I didn't see. You know what I mean?
What was your third one? Which Bill did you pick? Bill Walsh and Joe Montana? I don't know which Bill you picked.
Belichick and Brady.
Okay. Nikki?
Pick.
I got you.
I have to minimize the camera to
Tomlin
see
and Roethlisberger, Tony Dungy and Peyton, and I'm trying to find another minority in there somewhere. Oh, we'll go with the Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid file. Let's go.
Oh!
Yeah, they're minorities. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go, of course, Chuck Noll, Terry Bradshaw. Then I'm going to go Don Shula and Dan Marino. And then my last one is going to be, of course, my Pisces, Mike Tomlin and Ben Roethlisberger. March 3rd or March 2nd, March 15th, March 16th.
Hey, listen, Vince Lombardi and Bart Starr won 5 championships together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's who I was going.
I know. I read your mind. I had you.
Okay.
All right. And I thought this was funny. This is this is the conference championship quarterbacks. You got
What happened, Frankie?
you got Brock Purdy, Jared Goff.
That's so fucked up, yo.
Fucked up.
Look at Patrick's hair though.
That's not Patrick Mahomes, right?
Yeah. Are you serious, Bray? Yo, are you serious?
This is the 4 quarterbacks going into the conference championship. That's Patty Mahomes. But Samuel looking like Lamar.
They look just alike.
Oh, you really
They
do.
look just alike.
Did you see that NFL Films thing where it was like kind of similar to this?
No.
Bro, I gotta show you that.
Yes.
That's funny.
All right, and the last one. Pick your 2. So this is like old quarterbacks with new wide receivers, right? So this is like old franchise quarterbacks with this year's wide receivers. So pick your 2 wide receiver quarterback duos with
just 2 or
pick 2.
One. Okay, I'm gonna go Big Ben and Pickens. I think that would have been fucking amazing. And then
that would have been fire.
So now I'm a little compelled, right? Because McNabb and Brown would have been good. Marino and Hill.
Bro.
Look what he did.
Nasty.
Exactly. And then Montana and Samuel with the West Coast offense. So
but what about Favre and Jefferson?
Bro,
that's what I'm saying. It's hard.
Favre and Jefferson?
It's hard.
That's why I got to pick 2.
Bro, listen. It's all about Marino and Hill and Favre and Jefferson. Imagine if Marino actually had a good wide receiver like a Marvin Harrison, or like how freaking Brady had Edelman, how Roethlisberger had Pickens, bro, Marino and Hill.
Well, he never had Pickens.
he
I
never
mean, not
did.
Pickens, Antonio Brown.
AB.
I meant Antonio
Yeah,
AB.
yeah.
There we go. Freaking, I was looking at the graphic when I said that, but like, bro, when we look at history, Marino never had like a solid one-on duo for wide receivers. Imagine that.
We know Nikki. We know she's about to fall asleep. She old as hell. All right, what's the next? Let's
Yeah.
go. So Nikki got to go to bed.
All right. And then I have two quick games, and then we're gonna do the games are gonna take no more than like 30, 40 seconds, depending on how fast y'all go. All right. First game. Name the three quarterbacks. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Name the three quarterbacks whose last names and team name starts with the same letter. You guys got 1 minute to give me all three quarterbacks whose last name and their team name, they're starting quarterbacks, last name and team name start with the same letter. In 3, 2, 1, go.
I got it.
Go.
Smith, Seahawks.
Okay, that's one. There's two more.
Don't tell her because he's on the clock. Let him go.
Oh.
No,
I thought.
Oh, Burrow and Bengals.
Burrow and Bengals. There's one more.
Oh. Okay.
No looking it up, Frankie.
I'm not. I gotta.
Hey, look at Frank's face.
You got 30 seconds left.
You said, man.
What's his name? What's his name?
What? Who, girl?
Nikki, who? There's 32 teams and 32
hate her.
quarterbacks.
She's like, what?
Wait, hold on. Wait, I gotta.
So 10 seconds. 5, 4,
Actually, what's
3,
actually get
2, 1. Time. The last one was Tannehill and Titans.
He wasn't even starting, yo.
I thought about Levis and freaking Willis.
Yeah,
about Tannehill, to be honest.
Nobody thought about Tannehill. Only Nikki thought about Tannehill.
Right. Yep. So
Hey,
that's
look. You want to see when someone cheating what they look like?
I wasn't even cheating. Look, that's crazy.
You see that? Bree?
Yo.
I wasn't even cheating.
Bree, you see
all
it?
right. And
Bree,
then
Bree didn't even see it. Look, when someone cheating what they look like.
Look. You know who wasn't cheating, right?
You? Because you were sleeping.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead,
There.
Bree.
all right. So the last one. There's 13 teams in the NFL who has some sort of red in their logos. Okay. You guys got 1 minute to name all 13 teams. Let me make sure that's 8.
You said red?
Red. Any type of red in their logos.
Patriots,
Ready?
Texans.
Wait. I didn't say go yet. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Minute has started. Go.
Patriots. Texans, Cardinals.
Patriots. 1.
Oh.
He said Texans, Cardinals,
Texans, Cardinals.
49ers.
Partners. 49ers.
Steelers.
Buccaneers.
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 That's it.
No.
You got one out of me.
Bills.
Bills. Okay.
Falcons.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the Giants.
You guys need 4 more.
The Giants.
3 more.
Giants. Nikki said Giants.
Nikki said the Bucks and the fucking
Need 3
Giants.
more. 30 seconds
Okay.
left.
30
You're
seconds.
not colorblind.
3 more.
3 more teams left.
Hold on.
Titans.
Titans.
Titans. You need 2
I
more.
thought she said Titans.
10 seconds left.
Oh, do we say the Steelers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Frankie said
3,
Steelers.
2,
Yeah.
1. Time.
What's the last 2?
Did we say the
I
Falcons?
forgot Washington Commanders.
Nah, I said that. I said that. Wait, did I
Oh,
say
I
that?
didn't.
No, you didn't
No.
say.
You know what's so crazy?
I didn't hear you say
Listen.
Commanders.
I was gonna say
Right.
what?
What?
She said like Commanders. I'm like, do we say the Steelers?
And your
He like,
last?
Commanders.
So you see, you remember at the beginning I said any type of red in their logo?
Yeah.
Forgot the last one.
He like
What was the
Commanders.
last one?
Commanders. I was like, did we say this thing?
The Ravens.
The
Ravens got red.
eyes?
The bird's eyeball is red.
Any
type of red in their logo.
Whatever. Let's keep going because.
All right,
like
and
that
now,
one.
last but not least, we do have our conference championship playoffs. All right, so I'm gonna get everyone's predictions of who they want to see in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna go first. Mine's is really, really quick, simple, and easy. I want to see the Ravens and the Lions. Frank.
I'm gonna go Ravens and 49ers.
Frankie.
I'm gonna go Ravens and Niners because that pool. But I would love to see the Lions go to the Super Bowl. So it really doesn't matter to me.
June.
I'm going Ravens and
Why I gotta go last? Cause I'm black.
Mm.
I don't know. Ravens and 49ers.
Ravens and 49ers, I bet.
Nikki.
Why I had to go last?
Because you were not in the
Those
camera.
part. What happened?
Because you weren't in the camera. You were
You were
moving
asleep.
around.
I'm going. I actually agree with.
Down.
It was
Anyway, I actually agree with you, June. I mean, fucking Bree. The Ravens and the Lions. I think that would be a good game.
yeah.
You know, it's not that I'm throwing away the Niners. I just feel like if the Niners come in this week and find a way to win and go to the big game, like there'll be no competitions for the Ravens. But let me tell you something so funny. Everybody has counted out the Chiefs and watch the Ravens fuck up
I hope not.
tomorrow. And I
hope
hope
not.
not too.
I hope not
too.
either.
No,
I'm
I don't. I
trying to
don't think
say-
people count out the
No, I'm
Chiefs.
talking
I just
about
don't want them to
y'all.
win.
No, I'm not. Like I said, the Bills screwed that game away, and the Bills defense was on their third string. They were getting people that were dropped out of the Annapolis
Mark
Academy. And they were
Andrews
bringing them in.
came. He back on now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all I want to see is Roquan Smith lay wood on Patrick Mahomes so hard, pause, that he like every time that Patrick Mahomes scramble out the pocket, I want the Ravens to lay wood on him. Don't take it. Hit him like they hit Lamar. Hit him like they hit Josh Allen.
Right.
Hit him how they hit everybody else.
How they hit Bryce Young this
No,
season.
hit him like they were hitting Brett Favre in the NFC Championship when he was on the Vikings and Bounty Gate. That's what they need to do. Hit him like that, and I promise you, the Chiefs ain't winning that game because he's gonna be crying in the corner with his brother.
I just want to see a Kodak Black versus Eminem Super Bowl.
Oh, listen, real quick. Tooney is not playing. He's out.
No.
Yup. Check it out.
It's all right. I picked the Ravens anyway.
Yep, they officially ruled out Tony.
Yeah.
Kadarius Tony.
Dropping 13 balls a game.
You just have to get the score right then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they ruled out Kadarius Tony during the Bills game too.
Yeah, he's a
I think
non-factor.
they're ruling him out so he don't fuck up the game because he's.
I'm more worried about that offensive line than anything. We already know Mahomes out of offensive line is recipe for disaster.
Okay. I love y'all. Bye.
Later.
Hold on. Let me tell you.
That's not how we close out, y'all.
Hold on. I'm tired. Let me tell y'all my prediction. My prediction is Ravens 30-21.
Okay.
And I can't tell you about the Lions and Niners because I done went back and forth. First I said the Lions 30-27. Then I said the Niners 35-21. So, but definitely Ravens over Chiefs.
Copy. I mean, what's called?
All right, well, another great episode. Divisional rounds start tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe to all of our social medias. Don't forget to like and follow Taino Does Creation or Taino Creation. I was gonna say Does Fantasy. Taino Creation. Taino Creations on Facebook if you want any type of military challenge coins. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Bree Network only on Spotify. Don't forget to also subscribe and like Offsides Podcast. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe. Frank Presents the Play Call. This episode will be dropping tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Bree, joined by Frank, Nikki, June, and Frankie. Bye.
Peace.